4, 3, 2, 1, stop.
Shut up
and drive. Shut up and drive. Shut up and drive. I love it. It is a great song to be driving to. So if you guys don't have it downloaded, it's Rihanna, Shut Up and Drive. I know a lot of people don't know it, but you should.
Well, you know what? This is actually, I like the song. I've heard it, but I actually have not played it a lot. So I will, but it does sound like a good driving song.
Yeah, once you're in the car, that's it. It's that you're just going to play it all the time. That and, you know, Cruise by Florida Georgia Line. There's another good driving song. And just
okay.
Anyway, because it's
but don't do your videos while you're driving.
No,
that would be bad.
Good. Unless you look really, if you can put it on your dashboard and hit record, you can just sing. That might work.
Yeah, so no selfie videos while you're driving. That's not part of Tech Tuesday. What do you think about photos? So there's a lot of people who do kind of a lot of video, photos, selfie stuff while they're sitting in their car. What do you think about those videos and stuff?
Yeah, I'm okay with them if the lighting and the sound, like the sound is usually good because you're enclosed. So I'm okay with it. Actually, some pictures that I've taken in the car are really good. Right.
The lighting can be amazing, right?
Yeah, so I think it's a good thing. I just think, you know, make sure you're parked somewhere, still, because you have heard, I mean, getting a little reality check. You've probably seen that video where this girl was doing her selfie video while she was driving, and then she died in a crash while she was doing it.
That's what I'm. Yeah, I've seen that unfortunately a few times, either a video, and you just can't focus on what you're saying while you're trying to drive and click the, just don't. Here's our little public service announcement.
Yeah.
Don't live and drive.
No, that's a good one. Don't live and drive. Yeah. Park your car, take some really good pictures, or take a good video, and then move it along.
Exactly. Don't live and drink and don't live and drive. So today, Tech Tuesday, usually we talk a lot about software and different programs that can help you do a lot of things. But with video, as much as we said yesterday, you can literally grab your phone and you have a TV camera in your pocket. And you don't need any other equipment. We did want to let you know the equipment that we use because we do get a lot of questions around, you know, you guys talk a lot about ring lights and microphones and, you know, webcams and stuff like that. So we did want to talk a little bit about that just in case you want to, you know, invest a few dollars in making your videos a little bit more upscale. Because I think I showed you yesterday when I switch from this camera to this camera, right? It's just not as good.
Right.
And you can see that. So this one is an HD. Just let me see if I can find it here. I found it on one of our sites here. I'm just going to put the link in. It's from Best Buy. I'm not telling you to buy it from Best Buy. It just, I just wanted to show you the specs and the name of it. So basically it's just a high definition webcam.
Yeah, it's a Logitech. Logitech are really good. The one I'm using right now, I think I've owned for, I don't know, maybe 6, 7, 8 years. Haven't even changed it, and that's what it is. It's mine's a 920, so it's
so mine's a 922, which is just probably just a little newer.
So, but they all work great. So there's no issue with Logitech is generally a good one.
Yeah, exactly. So, and Colin's bringing me to the next one. He's like lights, and I'm like, of course. So again, we talked yesterday, you don't need to invest in ring lights and stuff like that. You can do videos if you have a window that's facing you and you have natural light. That's amazing. But if you're in a situation like Faye's office right now is in the basement and there are no lights.
Yeah.
And I have a window right here, but that doesn't really help with the whole look. So this is one from Amazon. This is the one that I bought.
Yeah. And so this is the ring light.
This is the ring light.
Yeah. So this one actually Spencer bought it for me as a present, and I couldn't believe it. It's fantastic because it's on a tripod, so you can actually make it short and put it behind your like on your desk, right? You can put it right on your desk. Or you can extend the legs and put it on the ground, but it also holds your phone.
That's what I really like about it. So it can hold your phone either vertical or horizontal. So literally, and typically when I talk about equipment for videos, I always recommend a tripod. It's easier than trying to hold it because you end up moving depending on how long your videos are. So tripods are great. I love the fact that this is all in one.
Yeah. And that, and you have to make sure. So when we told a few people about this, and then they went and bought, you know, ones that look like they're big, but they're actually this big. This one's, I think, 8 or 10 inches, right? I think it's 10 inches.
10 inches.
Yeah. So it's a perfect size. And I actually have one here, and I have one at the cottage. So when we do the lives at the cottage, that's the only light we use. We don't have anything else. It's the only one. At home, I actually have soft boxes that I use. The only reason I use soft boxes, just so you know, is they're Spencer's, and she is a videographer, and she has LEDs and soft boxes for taking professional pictures. So it's the only reason, but you don't need it.
And I don't have that. I don't have that here. The only light I have a window right here, and I have my ring light right here. So I got a question yesterday, and it's the same for you. I can't remember who asked it, but I remember seeing it on the feed about we're wearing glasses and you don't. So if I lift my face up, you can see the reflection. So to answer that question, we have the light higher than us.
Yeah. And if you know, we're always looking more close like this way, not up this way.
Yeah, because if you look, so if the ring light, so if I lowered it and it was literally right in front of me, then you would see the ring reflection.
There are, so for those of you who are looking, who need glass, there are non-glare glasses, and they will not reflect the light. But here's the challenge for most of us in the real world. I need reading glasses. So try to get reading glasses and non-glare, not the easiest in the world. And then for some of you, you like the blue light glasses, right? Which take out the blue light from the computer. Well, try to get all three, and you can't.
So put the light above. I also like the fact that you can remove the ring light from this and use it as a regular tripod, which is great. So it's a really sturdy one.
It's very inexpensive when you think about it. You guys have seen those bigger ones, the big lights, the ring lights, and that's what all the makeup girls use on YouTube, right? Because they need them, because that's all, they're just their face. It's only their face in the picture. You don't need to go bigger than this. This has got a little carry case, easy to transport. So why do I have two? Because I'm lazy and I just like to keep one at the cottage. And then when it, the mood strikes that I need to do a video, it's already there.
And this one, I mean, again, no, we're not affiliated with this. It's just that we bought it. But I like the fact that there's different, like you can go light, low, medium, high in regards to light. And it also has like a cool, a regular, and a warm filter sort of on it, which is kind of cool. So I think it's a great one. I'm really glad that I invested in it. And I just have it sitting on my desk in front of me.
Yeah. And for the difference in the colorations that you can pick, it depends a lot on where you are, right? So if you're in a room with fluorescence, or in a room here in the basement where there's no lights really except a couple little silly pots, then you can change it accordingly, because sometimes you need a more yellow light and sometimes you need a more white one.
Yeah, which is perfect. So lighting. So now you can see us. So we have the HD webcam, and that's just, they're literally USB. You just plug it in and it automatically reads it, which is great.
And I just mentioned that even if you have a brand new computer that has a good webcam, there is a massive difference between using your webcam that comes on your computer and using a plug-in one. Totally different. So, you can get one for like $39, which is perfectly fine, but it does make a difference. It
does make a difference. Absolutely. So again, these two pieces of equipment, because we have three, but these two are focused simply on the visual. So we have the webcam and the light. So, it's also a little bit of a wider angle, which I really like as well. So again, you have the webcam. So again, I know we talked about this yesterday, but just make sure your background is clean, because the webcams do make it a little bit wider. So you may just have to adjust. It just sits on top of my monitor, which is perfect. And you have the light. But the other aspect of video is sound. So I just want to put in 2 links. So I will just lift this up. So this is what I call it's called a Blue Yeti. It comes typically with a stand. That's the stand. So Yep, there you go. So it's the Blue Yeti. So this is the ones that we use. I'm going to put the link in again for the super sexy black one, which I wish I had. I kind of like the black one.
Actually, Colin's got a red one, which I want.
I know. Yeti time. Colin, Yeti time. I know I like the red one too, so I'm kind of jealous of him as well when I see his red one. But that's, so there's 2 price points and both of them are great. The Blue Yeti has different controls in regards to directional and stuff like that. But there's also, Faye, you have this one, which is called a Snowball.
Yeah, so when we first started, like the first ones when I first started, the Snowballs were very inexpensive. It's again by Blue. When we say Blue Yeti, Blue is the company.
Yes.
So the snow is
and a black Blue Yeti.
So it's inexpensive. These Snowballs you can probably still buy at like Walmart and places like that. I still use them. They're fantastic. I use the one in my office, in my Toronto office, is still a Snowball. And I think I have one at the cottage as well. So, I mean, the Yeti is when you're ready to upgrade, go one step further. There's a very expensive Yeti as well. You don't need that.
Crazy. Yeah. So the one that I posted was the one that I bought.
Yeah.
What I like about the Snowball is that it comes with its own little tripod that it sits on, and it just sits in front of you. And again, these are USB connected. So they just click USB right into your computer, and then you just select. And same thing with the webcam. When you go to do a video, whether it's on QuickTime, whether it's on another program that you're using on your PC or Photo Booth or even StreamYard or Zoom or any of them, OnPoint, Office, all of them have the ability to choose your camera and choose your microphone. So when you plug these in, you just choose your HD webcam and it changes, and then you choose your microphone that you've plugged in and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
They can see you, you've got great lighting, and they can hear you really well, and you're off to the races. Now you just have to figure out what you're going to say before you press record.
And again, if you're going to be doing a digital program, we're going to talk about mastering digital programs next week. But is it next week?
Yep.
And, so, if you're going to that route, you're going to start filming or you're going to do narration and voiceovers, you have to buy a mic. It just doesn't sound right. If you're doing it on your laptop, with your phone, it's a different story. But you have to, because there is a massive difference in how people perceive what you're doing and what you're, putting out there if you have a decent mic, and it can be cheap, right?
Yeah. I know a lot of people, it's been really interesting. I've seen a lot of people, especially on the news lately, that they're using their AirPods.
Right.
And I'm finding that really interesting, considering I'm sure like the Blue Snowball is like really, it's inexpensive. So I'm surprised that they're still using AirPods. Now, headphones and again, headphones are really good when you're doing podcasts because you don't get that echo and stuff like that.
Right.
If you're doing just a one-way video, you're not going to get that echo. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you do not need your earphones.
No, exactly. And I find some people will again use, this look just makes me laugh. I probably can't because they're all tangled. But they use their corded ones, right? Like look how tangled it is, and then this is what they look like when they're on video. And I'm like, well, I don't want you to see all of this cord and stuff. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. The only time you usually need it is if your computer is old.
Yeah. And now, Jen, that's not saying that because she said you've been using your AirPods. So again, depending on how far away you are from your phone, I've actually used AirPods for a simple social video really quickly because I want to be really far away from my phone so the sound will pick up well. So there is a time and place for those, but I'm talking about if I'm sitting in front of my camera on my computer, which is exactly what I'm doing right now, and I'm not, across the room doing a yoga pose, I don't need to, the AirPods and all of that kind of stuff aren't necessary. But again, if you're further away from your camera and you're showing something and you want to talk through it, that's a different story.
Yeah, that's different. And Jen also asked a question about iPhone to Zoom. And I guess she means by recording, you want to record.
So has anyone used one of the apps that links your iPhone to Zoom? I have not, because I just use Zoom directly on my phone, the Zoom app.
Yeah.
So I've not used any of the apps that connect the iPhone to Zoom.
And we're not big proponents of recording on Zoom, either one of us, because
your iPhone camera. So your iPhone camera can just be used, just go to your camera and click video. So you can do it right there. She says, I want to get a cordless mic that goes behind my ear, but the mic doesn't pick up as much when I move away from my computer. Exactly. So in that particular case, Jen, it might make sense for you to use your AirPods and just Bluetooth them to your computer.
Right.
And if you're far away, and then you're good to go. So just keep in mind that they do see it. If you're okay with that, then you're good.
You can use a lavalier, or you can still use a lavalier to your phone as well. A wireless lavalier. They're expensive, but they work really, really well. So the wireless set I know that Spencer uses is I think it's $800. So not cheap, but the sound is really, really good. So again, it depends on how much you're doing and what range. So if you're like you, Jen, you'd be doing a lot. Is it worth the investment? Sure, I would play around with your as long as you're, as Stacy said, okay with the look of it, and they're fine if they stay in and they don't move, and then you're okay. I know Spencer generally uses lavaliers when she's recording her yoga clients.
Yeah, exactly. But then again, if you, again, without being far away from your computer, whether you're recording a podcast like we talked about last week, or whether you're recording a video from your computer or your phone.
Right.
With your phone, the phone mic really does pick up really well if you're in close range, just meaning sort of selfie video. Right. Far away, it's a little bit of a different story. But then if you're doing something on your computer, then that's why we're recommending the webcam and the mic, especially when we get into, again, next week, when you might be recording some digital products.
Yeah.
It's good to have that professional sound. So Allison saying she loves her Blue Yeti. Exactly. I remember getting my Blue Yeti. I got it for Christmas one year. I was like, I want my Blue Yeti. And I opened it up. I'm like, oh, I love my Yeti.
Everybody loves them. So just so you know, it sounds silly, but everybody loves their Yeti. So just remember that when you're looking at the difference between a snowball, which is absolutely fine because I still love my snowballs too, and the Yeti, there is a difference in pricing, but it also looks really cool. And that's one of the reasons you like it, because it looks very, yeah.
And you feel good talking into it, especially when you know that you're going to sound good and people are going to be able to receive that on the other end. You just have to keep in mind, I know a lot of people are like, well, I don't care. Again, we went down this road yesterday about authenticity. So it's I'm going to use my camera, and if my sound's not good, it doesn't matter. And if my video's not good, it doesn't matter. And it does matter.
It does matter. It does matter.
It does. Yeah. It makes you look more professional. And when people can hear you well, they're more in tune with what you're saying, and they're going to pay attention more to your message.
Yeah. I mean, you've all probably listened to a program or a download where the audio is not very good, and they might have some great slides and some great information, but the audio is so bad that it's distracting.
Yeah. Well, even just listen to this. Can I change my audio for a second? So let me just change my audio to this. So now I'm going to talk like I'm at my computer. So how do you, this sounds, I can hear an echo. I'm probably sounding a little bit further away.
Distorted.
Yeah, exactly. But now let me bring this in. And now how do I sound?
Yeah, so you guys can tell the difference right away, and it's no different on the camera as well. If you switch over to your, the webcam that's integrated, right? See the difference in coloration and crispness, and Stacy has a new Mac. It's not an old Mac, it's new. So it is the best webcam that is out on a Mac right now. And, same with me. And like I said, mine is 7 years old, and it still looks better than the newest.
Which is what this is.
Yeah. So it's worth the $39. You don't have to buy a Logitech. We've bought other ones that we've not been too happy with. There's some really good other brands out there though. It's just, that's what we use, because I've always found them very reliable, and you can, it's like we were talking about the Timex watch, right? We were talking about the Timex watch yesterday. You guys who are old enough to remember their slogan was "Takes a licking and keeps on ticking." So we like those products. We like those products that you can drop and they're still okay. If they're too fragile or they're too inexpensive, I mean, my Yeti, I don't know how many times because it goes around, it leaves all over the place. I don't know how many times I've dropped it. Yeah. And it's fine.
Yeah. And you know what? Full transparency, we do try these products and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. Yeah. We both actually just bought a webcam that was like on paper or sort of on the screen. It looked amazing. It had so many things with it and we were excited to try it. And I tried it over the weekend and Faye tried it today because we were going to tell you guys about it because it was a really great option. But you know what? It sucks.
Yeah.
We're both, and we're both returning them. So when we say these are good, it means that we have tried them. We've used them. This is what we use.
Yeah.
And the proof is in the pudding. So that's my new one too. All right. Well, that is Tech Tuesday. So what's going on this week? We have Wednesday in the On Point Ask a Mentor group. There's an interview tomorrow night.
And tomorrow also is the start of our virtual summit.
Oh, that's tomorrow. That's right. I forgot about that. That's exciting.
We'll be able to gain access to all the interviews that we've done in the past month or so. Mm-hmm. So you can just go to onpointmentors.com and go to the announcement bar on the top, and that'll take you right to the page and where to register. So
and I just put the link in. It's just the Bridging the Divide, bridgingthedivide.com, but I put the link in the comments there. So that starts tomorrow. That's exciting.
So that's really great. And then on Friday, we're back to Free for All Friday.
So there were a couple of questions from yesterday that I'm saving, and we'll answer those on Friday from the Q&A because I don't want to sort of mix up. I know today we wanted to focus on tech, but if you do have any questions, whether it's on some specifics around video, content, tech, equipment, or anything at all, drop them in the comments, send us messages, whatever the case may be. Join us live and Friday at 7.
And then on Monday, it's Mastering Digital Products. So it's really about why you should do them, what different digital products you can do, and what you need to do to get started. You can't start without everything we've talked about right now. So
exactly. All right. So we will see you Friday.
Bye, guys.